Yo, what is up everybody? My name is Kyle and I make hip hop music vlogs and other videos that I think you'll find entertaining, and if you do, feel free to smash those like buttons and subscribe for more new content every week. Now on to the topic at hand. So today I just want to give my take on the new Imagine Dragons album Evolve. This is my first album reaction review video, so please do not take this as an in-depth analysis. This is simply my opinion on the project. Overall, I think this album is amazing. I mean, the album definitely stays true to its name as we see Imagine Dragons venture into this new territory, which manifests itself over the course of the project as a chapter of triumph for the band. The band took some time off because they were going through some hard times. The lead singer Dan was going through some depression, and they took a hiatus from music to kind of recoup, clear their minds, and enter a better headspace than they were in when they made Smoke and Mirrors, the previous project. Which is evident as Dan had a lot to say on this project. I mean, the album is deeply personal, it's grandiose yet minimal at times, and it incorporates so many genres of music that there's something there for everyone to love. That is also the reason that I wanted to listen to the album a couple more times before I decided to talk about it, because I just listened to it for the first time today, and about 20 minutes ago I still got Spotify up. But the album is so good that I just wanted to take some time to talk about it because I'm too excited about it to wait until the morning. So without further ado, I'm going to break my opinion down into a couple categories. Conceptually, this is a very personal project. I mean, I can only imagine what it was like for Dan to have this polished sound crafted around what is at its core the story of an individual who is learning to deal with the pressures of fame as they parallel the pressures of life outside of fame. But that does not stop Dan and the band from weaving themes of self-empowerment and starting over through the album as they have done so well in the past. They weave these themes through some of my personal favorite songs on the album. These are also themes that Dan is a mastermind in writing about. Songs like Whatever It Takes, Believer, Yesterday, and Start Over really put these themes on full display in a very convincing way. There are also a couple love songs on the album. Now, I don't know exactly where these came from, but they do lend themselves to crafting a narrative of an individual who is learning to deal with pressure in all these different facets of human life. Lyrically, this album is juxtaposed between narratives of an individual who is breaking inside and trying to fix the things around him, as opposed to an individual who is empowered inside in the midst of a broken world. This is Dan's triumph over depression, this is Dan's triumph over the past, and this is him saying, to hell with depression, to hell with you telling me what I can and can't do. This is my life and I'm going to live it how I want to. When I listen to songs like Rise Up, I feel empowered, I feel driven. When I listen to songs like Thunder, I feel inspired. Thunder is simple because it's more about the message behind the song. It's a powerful song if you can relate to it. If you can't, then you're just going to be nitpicking through the lyrics and you're going to say it's simple and it's too minimal for Imagine Dragons. But when I listen to those songs and I hear Dan talking about his school experiences and all the kids around him telling him what he couldn't do and how he's doing those things today, I feel motivated to get to that point. Thunder resonates with me so well because I can relate to the experiences that Dan details in that song. Overall though, lyrically, this album is the recovery, the triumph, and the celebration. Sonically, this album is nothing short of masterful. I mean, it's still miles above what everyone else is doing, even in this day and age of high quality audio. The mixing and mastering of the percussion is amazing, the production is outstanding, and the vocals still shine through nonetheless. One of my favorite instrumentals on this album is Start Over because it's just so good. It's just so catchy, it's just so well put together. An interesting aspect of the production on this album is that this is the first Imagine Dragons album that the band itself did not entirely self-produce. There is some assistance from outside producers on the production of this album. I'm not really sure about the lyrics though, but regardless, the production is amazing. It says a lot about the band's willingness to move forward to me. My favorite song on the album is by far I'll Make It Up To You. Like, it's just so many genres incorporated into that song and it sounds beautiful all put together. The initial guitar riffs sound like something Michael Jackson would have used, and then they bring in this amazing percussion and then the beat drops and it's just like, yo. Another highlight on the album was the song Yesterday. Yesterday to me kind of serves as an interlude without actually being one. It's just kind of plopped in the middle of songs, but it's also a necessary component of the album because there's no way you could go from I'll Make It Up To You to Mouth of the River. Speaking of weird moments on the album, let's talk about Dancing in the Dark. Even if you thought for a second that this band was going to get complacent, they hit you with an outro like Dancing in the Dark out of practically nowhere. Now, I think that Dancing in the Dark was definitely put at the end of the album for a reason. I think that it was to show that this band is going to continue moving forward, whether you like it or not. And in my opinion, that's the best way to make music. Overall, I was surprised but not surprised by this album. I mean, I knew Imagine Dragons had something crazy up their sleeve, but this album just took it to a whole nother level for me from their previous projects. So all the people saying that Smoke and Mirrors was bad, Smoke and Mirrors wasn't bad. It's just that it was this beautiful aesthetic painted under the brush of a tortured artist. The band was going through really rough times back then, and I don't think people understood how it would lead up to their next project, or how it came to be in the first place. I have to say though, this album is a 5 out of 5 for me, and that opinion comes with full-on bias. Imagine Dragons is like one of my favorite bands ever, so hate it or love it, these are just my opinions. But if you disagree, let me know in the comment section below, or just tell me what you thought of the album in general. Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Did it make you want to break your computer, or did you love it with all your heart? Tell me why in the comment section below. Feel free to smash that like button if you enjoyed the video, and subscribe for more new content every week. My name is Kyle. Stay tuned. Check out my other videos too. You still here?